So I want to start this video by sharing a conversation I had with a client, and I gave him 2 tips that for him really unlocked the muscle up. Remember that every cue, every tip is really individual. What works for him might not work for you, and so on. That's why I'm trying to give all the tips in these videos. And if you write in the comments a tip that worked for you, I will share that as well. My goal is just to get you your first bodyweight muscle up as fast as possible. So the 2 tips that really unlocked the muscle up for him is pointing the toes. When you're pointing the toes, you automatically tense your lower body and core in a different way. But remember, this worked for him. For another client, it worked much better, relaxing the core, relaxing the legs. But this was the first tip that helped him get more power in the muscle up. So right now I have warmed up with the purple band and the black band, and I will now do my first bodyweight muscle up, continuing the warm up until I reach my working set. All right, 1 bodyweight muscle up, focusing on pointing my toes. I will do 1 more bodyweight muscle up, doing the opposite, relaxing my core, not pointing my toes, relaxing my legs. And this is a good way to try different methods, and you film yourself from the side. Then you just choose where you feel most powerful and where you have the best bar pad. Because the purpose of the muscle up is just to get over the bar as easy as possible. And that varies so much from person to person. When I pointed my toes in this muscle up, I didn't feel as powerful as when I'm relaxing my legs and my core. But let's see, I might change my mind after this. Okay, here's a bodyweight muscle up without pointing the toes, just relaxing the core. And immediately I feel more powerful. But in the case of my client, he felt more powerful pointing his toes, and I feel more powerful relaxing. So please try the 2 and tell me in the comments which one you like the most. And the other tip that I gave my client was making him try 2 different techniques when it comes to pulling, because it can make a huge difference if you get over the bar or not. So basically it's all about where you focus. I wanted him to try 1 rep focusing on pulling with his armpits, closing the armpits as fast as possible. And I also wanted him to try to focus on his biceps when he's pulling. Both of them will give you a different feel of the muscle up and will show you where you are the strongest in your pull. Pulling with his armpits was what made him get over the bar. He also tried pulling with his bicep, and it worked kind of well, but not as well as pulling with the armpits. And that's what I do in my muscle ups as well. I focus on pulling down with my armpits. I would love to know what you focus on when you're doing your explosive pull up for the muscle up. Please try these techniques if you want to, and tell me in the comments which you like the most, and most importantly, where you feel most powerful. So now I will continue my warm-up with 2 kilos, and I will also pull from my armpit as close to the bar as possible. And also, one of the most important tips, throw my chest forcefully over the bar. All right, 1 rep, 2 kilo. All right guys, 4 kilos are on, continuing with the warm-up. All right guys, 6 kilos are on, continuing with the warm-up. So another tip that I share with my client is when you're pulling up, focus to pulling straight up. Even if you have a swing and the focus is on pulling straight up, the bar path will be a lot better. So if you're focusing on that and filming yourself, you will see that, of course you won't go straight up, but in the swing, instead of pulling back, you will be going more in an upright position and then dipping over, throwing your chest over the bar. Think about that cue next time you're doing muscle ups. Use a small swing, and as you're beginning to swing back, pull straight up instead of pulling away, and that will create a better bar path. So I will try to increase the weight a little bit, and that will be my working set. How much I will increase it, I don't know yet. Let's see. All right, so 8 kilos are on. Let's see if this is gonna be the working weight for today or not, depending on how it feels. I'm having a shoulder width grip, and I'm trying to have a very, very small swing, pulling with my armpits and pulling straight up. So Jake says, thanks for another great video, Mike. I've implemented your tips of a smaller swing and pulling later in the swing, and I think they helped a bit. Next time I will try out the 2-point pull where I pull with 70% of my power at the first and then explode over the bar. I'll let you know how it goes. Thank you so much for your comment, Jake, and I'm so happy that the smaller swing and pulling later in the swing helped your muscle up. Those are one of the key points in getting a cleaner muscle up. And yeah, try out the 2-point pull. Yeah, I would love to hear how it goes. Please tell me in the comments. I'm able to achieve the bodyweight muscle up for about 3 to 4 reps, but there is kipping. I have been doing the pyramid with bands for a few months. I feel like I plateaued and I'm not getting stronger. I'm only able to work out 3 times a week for about 45 minutes. What's the best way to use this time to get a cleaner muscle up and then increase reps once I get the strict muscle ups? Thanks so much for your content. It's been amazing. First of all, thank you so much for your comment and for your question. So the first thing I always think about when we're starting to plateau a little bit is recovery time. Do you give yourself enough recovery between sessions to let the body heal and get stronger? That's the first thing. And the second thing is, are you eating enough? Because when I started eating more, I got stronger basically. Those are the two things. And of course, sleep. If we check those, it's all about progressive overload basically. So you're saying that you can do 3 to 4 body weight muscle ups with a little bit of kip. So if you want to reduce a kip a little bit, this is not so much fun mentally, but I would go back to the thinnest band. And the thinnest band I have is the red one. And just focus on not kipping as much. If you don't have my muscle up technique checklist yet, I would recommend downloading it. It's in the description. So I would go through the steps in my muscle up technique checklist and see that your technique is on point. And if you are kipping and can't reduce the kip, I would suggest going back to the red band again and working on the more strict muscle up. For instance, let's say you're doing 5 sets of muscle ups. Start out with the cleanest bodyweight muscle up that you can do right now. Then use the red band, do like 1 or 2 reps, only clean form, no kipping. And then let's say you're doing 5 reps in total, then do the remaining reps with the black band. And like this, you can progress towards the more clean muscle up. I hope this makes sense. If it doesn't, please ask again in the comments below. And I'm looking forward to hearing about your progress. So clear and detailed. I can only say thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like the content, and thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing and for answering all the useful questions. I feel so much better about my journey when I watch your videos. Thank you so much. It makes me so happy that my tips is beneficial, and thank you for the comment. This tip got me my first muscle up today. Thank you, man. Wow, I'm so happy for you. That's the best feeling when you get your first bodyweight muscle up. And the tip he's referring to is actually the 2-point pull, which a lot of you guys liked. Pulling to 70% and then exploding over the bar. I'm so happy for you and thank you for commenting. All right, guys, the second rep with 8 kilos. All right, guys, rested for 5 minutes. Rep number 3 with 8 kilos. And unfortunately, my battery died after this rep. So this will be the end of the video. Thank you so much, guys. And I see you in the next one.